Hello, everyone. 2024. We finally have made it to the greatest year in American history. Or so we're told. All throughout the conglomerate of social media that we now consider to be the real world here in America, and all over the world, for instance. All of our information, all of our loved ones' activities, all the greatest things come from social media networks, including our news. And we have now gotten to a point where there's been a shift, a monumental shift in what is real and what is not. Majority of Americans have now woken up and realized that the CNN, Fox News, I almost said FBI, isn't that funny? Fox News, CNN, MSN, BBC, Telegraph, you name it, all the greatest news organizations of the world have now been exposed as the false and fake news organizations that they are, and that the lies they have been spreading are not the truth. They're not what's actually occurring in the world. What is funny about this to me is that 2024, everyone is so hopeful. I've seen it everywhere, my own family, my own friends. Everyone's talking about how great 2024 is really going to be for everyone. However, this is not an informed foreshadowing. This is not an informed thesis for the year of 2024 at all. Any little amount of Googling or research or even Wikipedia or even the brainwash networks, any of them that you watch, you will soon realize, if you take the time to do the math and use your critical thinking skills, you will soon see that this is not going to be a great year by any means. This is not going to be a good year for America. This is not going to be a good year for the world. And it's happened before. This exact time period, this exact scenario of what is occurring has happened before in human history. It's well documented. The Roman Empire. Everyone loves the Roman Empire. I believe it was a TikTok trend last year. Wonder why. So, let's get into the depressing matters of 2024. The fall of Rome and why it occurred. The fall of Rome was a spectacle within itself. And why was this, you may ask? So, the fall of Rome began with mass spread of bread to all the poor individuals, to the impoverished. That's wonderful, isn't it? Bread for everyone. Sounds a little socialist, maybe, but it's good for everyone. Everyone should eat. But doesn't that sound similar to something that's occurred in the last few years? The fall of Rome wasn't an immediate one day occurrence. It didn't fall. It wasn't just conquered in one day and overtaken. Now, the Mongols did come close. So did the barbarians. They came very close too. Attila the Hun, the Huns, were very close to destroying Rome. And for some reason, Attila turned back. I don't know why, but he did. He should have conquered it. They're a lot like we are today. It probably wasn't that hard. Majority of people believe in masks and jabs. It's not very hard to conquer a place like that. When people get out of their cars and parking lots and put a mask on before going outside, it's not very hard to conquer a place like that, sadly. So the beginning involved the provision of bread to all the impoverished individuals and all of society, for that matter, anyone who was in need, much like our stimulus checks, our tax breaks that the government's been rolling out for everyone, as a result of the horrible, horrible COVID scamdemic, the great scamdemic of the United States of America, the scamdemic. So the scamdemic, what was it exactly? It was a way for the government to seize control, to take over, to take whatever they would like, to laugh, to have their own parties with no masks, and laugh at all of the citizens walking around masked up, covered up. Hide your face! Ah! You know, one big joke, one big spectacle within itself. This was accompanied by daily circuses for the citizens. Free circuses, free entry. You could watch these circuses with no money. No ticket purchase necessary, no ticket master running a monopoly over the tickets. Sounds great. Except these were all government ran circuses. Why was the government holding these circuses every single day for free for anyone who would like to come? Is it because they're good people? Did they put masks on us because they're good people? Or was it a spectacle? Who will come to this circus and see the things that we show them and believe everything we tell them? They'll believe the emperor knows all and they're just a bunch of peons at the circus, right? That was the goal, of course, and it worked for quite some time. Actually worked a lot longer than it probably should have. Same as it's worked here for the past few years. Same as when another scamdemic comes around and they tell everyone to mask up. I'm sure I'll see the same people scared to get out of their cars and breathe air. They will be fearful of air, air that is outside. You cannot go outside without a mask. Air. All throughout human history, we have breathed air. Not sure if this is new information or not. The free circuses. It's amazing, the free circuses. Everyone wearing masks was a free circus for the government. It was the most entertaining circus possibly in human history. If you were a member of the government and not one of the participants, one of the clowns in the circus. Much similar to these daily free circuses, we now have sports. This grand phenomenon, sports. I'm sure people are tuning in today. It's the new year. Let's not worry about the new year, about our border, about anything, about Iran, these countries that want to blow us off the face of the earth, about our own country who is striving for world domination. The globalists, as Alex Jones would say, these fucking globalists. Let's not forget about them. But they don't matter. There's a football game on today. Alabama versus Michigan is tonight. Woo! Texas, Washington. College football finals. The Super Bowl will be soon. Woo! Baby. I love sporting. Sporting! We'll get into that for sure eventually. Sports. Everywhere you look, you see sports. You see football, basketball, hockey, uh, wrestling, MMA, mixed martial arts. I'm a fan of myself. I train and everything, but it's still a spectacle put on for the masses. Dana White claims he'll put on the greatest sporting event ever seen in mankind history this year, using the globe and the sphere, they call it, in Las Vegas. Crazy. So sports are more grand than ever. They're on a higher magnitude. They're being broadcast in more places. They're being seen by more people, more eyes. More kids are growing up wanting to be like these idols. The idolization of these athletes and their money and their cars and everything they have. Sadly, this is a life most people aren't going to enjoy, and that is because it's a spectacle. Why would they allow sports betting in all 50 states? Oh, these people don't like sports, but they like money. They'll watch sports now. All 50 states were now going to allow sports betting, to allow the citizens of this grand country to bet and gamble on all the sports, all the sporting events going on here today, tomorrow. Grand idea. Grand idea. All these sports can be seen for free, much like the circus in Rome. So lastly, the last and third, the most obvious reason for the fall of Rome was the decline of leadership. Sound familiar? Maybe a president who can't walk downstairs. Maybe a guy who falls off his bike. Maybe another guy that's old. Let's take this old guy. We'll get him out of there. We'll get a new old guy. Old guy, old guy, old guy. Let's just keep putting old guys in. Not someone like me. Not a critical thinker. Not someone with critical thinking skills. There was another young man, younger guy. I say young man, younger guy. Socrates. During the time and during the course of the fall of Rome. Socrates was put to death. A spectacle. He was put to death for the masses to see what happens when you ask why. Why does the government lie to us? Why would they make up COVID and put everyone in a mask? Why? Why would the government ever want to do these things? So I believe we should start 2024 off simply by asking why. Let's learn. Let's learn. I would like for everyone to read this book, Plato, The Last Days of Socrates. Great book. I'm not through it myself, but I've been reading. It's an older book, and it goes into deep detail as to why exactly Socrates was executed, exactly what he was asking why about, and exactly what is right or wrong, and why does the government have the right to enforce what is right or wrong here in our country. Welcome to 2024. The worst year we're ever going to witness in American history, but who knows? Do we fall like Rome or do we come out on top? If we come out on top, I plan to be one of the leading voices telling you exactly why we came out on top and how we're going to come out on top, because I have the solution. The solution for coming out on top is understanding. First. Second, using critical thinking skills to assess everything that is put in front of you. If you're told something, ask why. Why are you being told this? What do they want you to think, and why do they want you to think it? If you don't understand why they want you to think something, you're never going to realize when you do exactly what they're wanting you to do. So let's start 2024 off right and ask why. Thank you for joining me here at Bad News. My name is Bad Blake, and I plan for you to see a whole lot more of me this upcoming year. Good night, and stay classy.